Hey guys, welcome back! So there are a couple of things I want to do today, and the first thing I really want to do is actually to do some more work on the project we worked on last episode. I was looking at this place afterwards and I realised that there isn't much vertical greenery going on because I actually have very little long seagrass left. And then I saw a comment from V24 which mentioned that we can actually use kelp as I'd originally planned because kelp has a maximum age. And after a little bit of time on the wiki, it looks like as long as we remember to shear the top of the kelp at the height we want, it shouldn't grow any further. Which means we should actually be able to incorporate some kelp, which I am very excited about. So let's see about getting a little bit more variety in our plant life. Now that is looking a lot better. The variety in both the plant and the height just makes it all look so much more natural and just generally pleasant to look at. And I think I originally got rid of a bunch of the tall seagrass because of my mild annoyance with too tall grass, but the seagrass actually looks great and it does not get in the way anywhere near as much as the grass does, so it is definitely worth keeping in. But there is actually another section of this lake that could do with a little bit of attention, and that is this little cave back here. As soon as I saw this cave when I was doing the terraforming last episode, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, but I just didn't have the time. However, now we do, so let's get this place properly decorated. Now that is looking much cleaner. Part of what I wanted to do with this cave was obviously just to clean it up and make it all sandy like the rest of our lake, and also to give it some of our nice new greenery variety. But then, right at the end, we have our little hidden treat. And I mentioned that I knew exactly what I wanted to do with this cave, and pretty much as soon as I noticed this cave, I really wanted to make it this little pirate treasure cove. And I like the idea that a pirate ship came this way, dropped off their loot before sailing back out, but completely forgot to make a map, and so never actually found their way back, and so it's just here waiting for someone to stumble across it. And I was super tempted to do a bunch of these armour stands with the diamonds and emeralds and stuff, and of course I did do a few, but I ended up deciding that the potential lag that it would cause probably wasn't worth it for an area that I just won't see very often, but I did want to do just a couple to add a little bit of flavour, and I think it's about the right amount to make it detailed but not adding too much lag to my base area. And even though we won't see it very often, I just love having these little pockets of intrigue and details around my home because it makes it all feel that little bit more real and lively, like there's an actual society and history to my home. So I'm really happy that we got this cave all set up and looking absolutely lovely. But I think, at least for now, that's actually everything I have planned for this lake. I'll probably end up changing things in the future, but I really like where we've got this to. It just feels so much better, and I just smile when I look at it now, which is exactly what I wanted. However, I think we have a little bit more time today, and I think to finish this episode off, I actually want to start clearing the area that I'm considering for my next big project. Now, I'm not totally sure that I'm ready to jump straight into it, but it would be nice to clear the area that I'm thinking of and really see what we have to work with. And the area I currently have in mind is this bit of swamp here. And as you can probably guess, the witch hut isn't here by accident. I am thinking about incorporating a witch farm into my next project, but it's a little hard to really get a sense of this place with all of these trees and stuff in the way. So let's get it cleared out and see how it looks. You know, that was actually surprisingly helpful. I thought it would just be a nice start to the project, but as I started clearing this out, I realised I actually needed way more space than I originally thought. Like, a lot more space. And then, as I kept going, I realised that this project may actually end up needing quite a lot of terraforming too if I stick to the bits of ideas I currently have in my head, and I mean, I won't go into too much detail just yet about the project, especially because things may yet change quite a bit because it's still very early days, but I can say that clearing this area has really boosted my excitement about this project, and if I manage to make this look even half as good as I hope it will, I think this place is going to be really, really awesome. But we are, of course, quite a long way from that. I think next time I might actually try and get a bit more of a defined area going here because it's all a little indistinct with the water and the hills, so I may do a little bit of terraforming to make sure I know exactly where I think the boundaries for this project are, but oh man, I guess we'll see. I am just so excited. But I will have to hold that excitement because unfortunately I am out of time to make this video if I want this to go up on my usual schedule. So, thank you guys for watching, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!